Hey, welcome back to another episode from Life for Living Well. My name is Richard. Before I dive into the topic I have for us this week, I'd like to say if you'd like to receive weekly article regarding any of the podcasts that we release every week, you can find it out on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. And if you just like to receive the notification through your email, you just provide your email on the website for sign up, and they will send you will be the first to receive the notification every time we publish the article or news week on the platform. So the community website is www.lifeforlivingwell.com. So without taking much of your time, let's dive into it. The topic that I have this week is what I call is a quotation, but it's not just a quotation, it's also a quotation that is so impactful when we try to unravel it. And I hope that I will be able to explain it in a way that will make sense to most of you that listen to me. Most especially, some people probably prefer to read the whole article because the podcast is just the snapshot of the whole article. So to bring the time a little bit down. So this week, the topic we're looking at is it always seems impossible until it is done. And you ask, what is the meaning of that title? I want you to listen to it once again. It always seems impossible until it is done. So here is talking about power of visualization. It's talking about how you can use the vision board to manifest your ideas into reality. It's not just dreaming alone about it, but it's to allow your mind to really conceive those ideas. And when you conceive it, it'll become like a fire in your body. That was a quotation that I had yesterday, and it was assigned to the Amazon founder, Jeffs, that he said that there's a three way to look at what you do. You can look at it as a job. You can see it as a career. But the most passionate one is when you see it as a call. And it touched me. And it's right, because when you perceive idea as a call, in your spirit, in your mind, in your consciousness, when you sleep, when you wake up, this idea, this dream is becoming like a bonding on your soul that until you do something about it. You might be focused on becoming top of your career, and you get to that top of the career, and then you actually say, what next? I've met someone that they were really, really top up in their career as director of service. But their desire is actually not to manage almost 250 people under them. Their desire is to have time to do things that they love most. So when I make inquisition about it, that what exactly do you like more? They just love to write. But why they focusing on bringing their desire to real? They want to also able to earn without carry too many pressure on their shoulder. So they step down from that top ladder to become a ordinary employee. When I say ordinary employee, it's not to lower somebody down, it's to show you have less responsibility in terms of management, but not in terms of your skills and potential. And then they wanted to focus on writing. So these are two things going on. You have someone that already experienced career. They will now move back to just job, and they now building their own calling. So what would you say is your calling today? So by the end of this podcast, I hope that you'll be able to in line with it. So the quotation that I'm picking up today is from Rumi, and it's put it this way: respond to every call that excites your spirit. So all beings have superpower tools. Only few have demonstrated the usefulness of it. For some reason, it seems we are afraid to even die to try to perceive it. So just imagine, today alone, almost everything is within our reach with a minimum sweat. And if you just compare it to the generation previously, maybe 10 or 5 generations ago, many of these opportunities are far-fetched for them. So in the past, schooling, access to books, even transportation from one place to another place, even the telegram to make a conversation, to make a call to someone, and most especially the mechanized farming. These are just for a few privileged, and it's not available to majority of the people. But today, we have more opportunities compared to previous generations. Could be because of globalization, civilization, industrialization, and most especially the technologies. And today, man can boast of so many achievements. And me and you can say some of those achievements. So to help you, imagine exploration of space. What about the marine life? We haven't even started to diving in with the amount of investment we made into the space. And the advancement in medicine. And when you think about all these things that I just said, is it not amazed and puzzled how we are not able to explore our mind, even though this mind is the reason why we're able to go to the space? Because it comes as a concept to someone, and they work tirelessly to make the machine that will make it possible to do so. So exploring the human mind has not received the same investment and attention that have been put in to go into space. And it doesn't really matter. What matters is that we have so many evidences of people that have learned and know how to use their mind to create things that they wanted to make happen. So as a human being, we have the ability to conceive an idea, develop it in our minds, and then take the right actions to manifest it in a unique, and this is unique among creatures. And it's only humans that are capable to do this. And if you look around, many people that have succeeded in the industry that they have invested their energy and focus to, they use it. They have the ability to hold the object in their mind for a consistent long. And one of the irony of able to picture the image of the object you want, suddenly you begin to see the same thing all around you. Think about industry you want to go through. Think about the kind of car you say you want to buy. If you allow it to implant in your mind, you begin to see there are so many cars in your road that you haven't noticed before. Business you wanted to go to, you begin to see many people that are already in that business. And it doesn't mean that you should not try. It's just giving you courage that it's doable, it's possible. Perhaps you didn't believe it. So to hold an object in your consciousness is not very easy for a rapid mind. For people that their mind is working like a motorway, like express, it's really difficult for them to hold on to one concept for long, unless they have a discipline enough to filter it out. It's Elon Musk that once said that he didn't have enough time because he has so many ideas to work with. But what he's good at is to focus on one thing and give all his energy into it and make it successful. Many of us are not Elon Musk, but in our own world, we have so many ideas, and we not even start one when we started bringing another one on the tables. And we also don't want to sacrifice any time. We wanted to have everything. At the end, you have nothing, because you spread your energy so stretched that you have nothing to offer. And it is even more difficult today. Why did I say that? Because of many distractions all around us. Just imagine individuals that start with many goals. They were unable to achieve one as they spread their energy across. But one thing I know, once your mind is open to an idea, and if you allow this idea to spread and rooted in you, it's no longer ideas. It's automatically turned to calling. And the moment it becomes calling, you will take the right actions, whether to enroll yourself to a training or to course, whether to step out as a side hustle to do the thing that you're really passionate about, whether do the podcasting, whether writing, whether maintain the blog, whether write a book, whether go travel. You become restless in your spirit because the ideas are find a space in your mind. You have opened the door. That's the reason why that it's really difficult for mind to allow ideas to stay unless you help it. Idea will come and flow and you will like it. But if you are not take the right action to implant that ideas into your mind, it's really difficult for your energy, your passion to become in line with it. Personally, I've known a few people who have used these tools to transform their lives by creating their dreams. One of the things that I've seen them do, they were very clear about their intentions and goals, and they take appropriate actions, which I think is prerequisite to this. I've had people, they're very clear about what they wanted to do, what they wanted to happen. So they spend the first few little resources to have to train themselves to engage in the industry that they wanted to be one of the pioneers. They're not just thinking about it. They were moving from one place, another place to acquire the right skills. They see what is not working well and they try to correct it when they enter the industry. Today, they not only just enjoy what they are doing, they also making more people put a smile to more people's face. They share that talent. They create a space where others can also benefit from it. So, as I'm getting closer to the end, to open your mind, practice visualization with vision board. And what will this do for you? It will enforcing your intention in your mind. Because if your mind cannot conceive ideas, it is really difficult for you to do anything about it. Most time you'll be skeptical. Most time you say, "Is this not for me?" But when it become calling, oh my goodness, you will not believe that you have ability to do so. Perhaps consider having few minutes every day, maybe in the morning and also in the evening, to take a look at your vision board. The way I do my own personal vision board could be different from yours. I normally set 5-year goals. And I know what I can achieve in 1 year, that I wish I can achieve in 1 year. But so I have the short and the long-term goals. And I get the picture that can resonate with my intentions. And I put a quotation beside it to inspire me. And the more I look into it, the more I appreciate it. I was showing someone close to me, my family, showing them my vision board for last 5 years and going through it. And they were amazed that things that have happened, that is exactly what I put down. But when I put it down, I do not have the resources to make it happen. But when you set things like this, you probably push yourself a bit that you would normally do, because it's becoming a calling on you. And the calling is so strong that you cannot ignore it. Even if you wanted to ignore it, it's really difficult to do so. So, 3 things that I wanted to quickly mention here are the things that you should consider when you're setting up a vision board. Number one, challenging. It is important to set goals that can stretch you beyond your current capacity, as it creates room for learning, growth, and well-being. Just for example, don't put it down in your vision board. Say, I want to save $10,000 in 2 years. If you are already saving $500 every month, there's a possibility that you will be able to save this $10,000 even before 2 years. And that is not challenging. But things that stretch you a bit will invoke right action, such as creativity, financial management, multiple sources of income. If your goal is to have $10,000, $20,000 in your savings account in the next 2 years. And number two, measurable. Your goals should be measurable. You can't just say, I want to be better. Or I want to be happy. It's an honorable goal, but it's a little bit too vague. If you find out what is it that happiness look like for you. So, measurable. It is important to set short-time and long-time implementation, or else it serves no purpose. So, if you set a goal, it is important to set a limit and time to it. So, in the next 3 months, I wanted to take 10,000 steps every month, every week. I want to lose 2 kilos in my weight. So this is what I mean by measurable. Think that it's easy to measure when it's happening. And set the time frame when you want it to happen. I was talking to someone long time ago, and I said that was maybe 2001. I think we're talking 2020 December. So I said, what is your goal for 2021? And the person just said to me, I'm getting married. And this is someone that I knew that they are single. Well, know to me that they actually have a vision board in their house. But this person, he wasn't even looking. He wasn't even he was just enjoying his own life. He was just doing his own things. He was just involved in his own project and his own life. But he was engaging and moving with people. And said, okay, I'm going to show you something. So we're there, and I saw it in the room, the vision board. The characteristics of the partner is also the characteristics this individual have themselves. So they were putting this thing down, and they put the time that happened to them. So I wasn't surprised that 9 months later, they started a relationship in January, and then by I think August, September or October, I'm not quite sure. 9 months later, I was invited for the wedding. So what I'm trying to say, it might not as dramatic like this in most of the things that you want to do, but don't underestimate the power of vision board. And it's important to set a measurable or time scale or time frame to it. Because if you don't do that, the opposite is that you'll be easily distracted from your main goals if you fail to set an end date to it. because other things will pop in to take space. Because anytime you are so unclear with your deadline, you are more vulnerable for other things to take that space. And it might not be things that will lead to your main goals. Achievable. So there is no point setting targets that are far-fetched. So what kind of target is this? So such as paying off the mortgage in 1 year, while you barely manage with your weekly or monthly income now. So this kind of target will discourage you to even do the one that is achievable. So this is fallacy. This is like you are expecting a magical thinking, you looking for supernatural power to just drop something for you. Your mind is your supernatural power, but it works in a way that is mostly practicable. So the one good achievable example is this. Let's say you wanted to be a lawyer. It is realistic but challenging. First, it requires time, resources, entry qualification, and desire for your part. That's it. So the resources, it could be your money, the time that you have to sacrifice to it, the book that you have to get to, the research that you have to do to pass some of the exams that you have to go through. And the basic entry requirement, do you have it now, or do you need to go and prepare for that? So these are the sample of achievable goals that you can think of. So finally, as we round up this, using vision board is an aid to open your mind to conceive the possibility. You must see this like a farmer. Farmers cultivate the land, they plant the seeds, and the rest. The farmer has no control over how the seed turns to produce. Farmer can sell or eat with family. So the mind is the soil and the seed is the idea. Friends, learn to implement ideas into your mind. Visualize it, and the rest become possibilities. I hope this message helps someone. Until we meet again, please stay safe. And if you'd like to read the full article, you can find it out on our community website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. And if you also like to see the video blog of this, you can find it on the YouTube channel of the community called Life for Living Well. You can search for it. Please subscribe and you will be able to get notification every time we release an article or we publish a podcast. So thank you for your time and I hope you have a wonderful week. Ciao.